Abracadabra. The spell is made. Or was it unmade? How is it possible that without changing a thing, everything is changed? What happened, I wonder, to break this lock, so I can sit here leisurely and pull with ease this heavy chain of close-linked guilt, clamped to my foot, and wonder at the speed it runs through soft and silky fingers. Just clarity? Just certainty? Just courage to stand up with truth and speak aloud whate'er I must? With me, writing is so important because I'm able to explore language. I'm able to, very often I write with a thesaurus and a dictionary, and I am researching. I want to know what these words mean, you know, growing up as a child without a voice and without much of a vocabulary. It's like, oh, it's juicy, you know, it's for me, it's like a three-course, beautiful meal. The woman saw with clarity how great her act of faith back then had been. When trusting grace to lead the way, she pulled her rucksack upon her back and closed the door. Each guilty trick defeated. Desire for his appreciation entirely gone. Her plan to float the river of time till he agreed to bless her need for honesty, wholly transformed. She let him stand and shake his keys and play the role of mortgagee. She didn't need him to agree, for she was free. When you go to the very point of asking yourself life or death, really, Melody, either you live or you die. And I chose to live. And I said that day, well, if I live, I'm going to really, really live. I knew I was sick, and I knew I had to become well. On April the 10th, 1999, I made a vow to become physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually healthy. In October 2006, the United Nations went some way into looking at child abuse. The core message of the report is, no violence against children is justifiable, and all violence against children is preventable. Melody Ann is the shining jewel that my 12-year healing journey recovered and set free. She reaches back now to every child on the planet suffering violence and says, hang on, have faith, you too will overcome. Reality bearings. What is reality to a child of 9? When even my own body isn't mine, and everything inside me is feeling bad, and I don't even know how to reason I am sad. What is reality to the lonely girl aged 9, who suddenly discovers there is such a thing as kind? even though the kind they speak about live somehow only in my mind. I knew for me the healing would never be complete until I had gone over every stone and undone everything that I had ever done. Not that it's possible to really undo things, but to look at every single thing I had ever done and make reparation wherever was possible. At this moment here, I'd already been raped. I had already been sexually abused, you know, and how does a child go through their lives with that kind of thing inside them? And so what struck me when I got when I was looking through these pictures are the smiles at such tender times, you know. And you know, my story is just one story in thousands, millions around the globe.
Yeah.
And in the poem that I wrote, Reality Bearings, you know, it's when did I start to feel I was indecent? That it was my fault I was too slow, that I didn't fight and didn't shout no. Didn't even try to raise myself up to my highest height. Or see, he just pretended to be nice to me and was lying when he said that he was sorry and it wouldn't happen again. You know? And the blame I put on myself that I carried, the guilt that already there, the guilt that was bubbling and brewing.
But why didn't I see this? This is what I don't. Maybe in my own remembering, I could only see my own hurts, and without having. That's why I was saying that it was the most horrific time for me, as much as it was a horrific time for you.
And the thing is that, you know, I don't have any emotional attachment to this now. For me, the peace that I have within me now, you know, I can only thank God that I have come through enough so that at least I have the understanding.
Her work this morning actually spoke to me a lot, and I was very moved from the second sentence, I think. Like the 9-year-old girl, and it suddenly, you know, brought me back to my 9-year-old age. And actually, I don't really remember the detail, but already can feel from the adult's point of view, to feel how the little girl felt that time.
I worked tenaciously every single day for 12 years. And there, I found little Melody Ann, alive and well. And no man can take the dignity and the beauty and the heart and the love and the spirit of a child away, you see? So that is what I want you to see when you look at her. Yes, you're right. She was terribly wounded. But that is not who she is. And in fact, let me go and get you a picture of little Melody Ann intact. This, Mother, is little Melody Ann.
That is Cyprus.
I followed her. I rooted her out.
That was when you were in Cyprus.
She is my inner child. Oh, precious love, how precious thou art, kept warm and safe here in my heart. I've journeyed long and I've travelled far to find the truth of who you are. And precious love, I've come to see that I am you and you are me. This earthly child, wholly unique, through whom you feel, through whom you speak, through whom new hope of love was birthed. The day my child came through to earth.
I felt really moved because she develops one theme she's written all across the years. You have really facets of this development. And so this is 1 hour trip, which is really a sort of a healing journey, all in 1 hour or a bit less. It's been very magical to be there with her.
I'm very proud of all my Peter came out of the army as an officer. Alan was a manager of a care home. David is an entrepreneur in Canada, and Melody is a poet. And what more can a mother want from her children?
Along the way of this journey, I vowed to change much in the world. Further along the way, I was forced to realise that actually I was powerless to change anything except inside myself. The magic formula for my beautiful transformation was hope, intention, truth, and trust. I did not take the journey alone. Every step of the way, I have been supported. And to the sisterhood of women and woman-hearted men who have held me and loved me unconditionally, I really say thank you. It's been magnificent. I wouldn't have missed it for the world.